Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. Boy, it was a windy weather window today, wasn't it? We started the day with all kinds of wind. I'm sure you heard it overnight. Also some downpours of rain with that early this morning. And then our skies pretty much cleared out, as you can see as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our Sky-Fi tower camera. That's located up at Wenatchee Heights, and our cross camera shaking around there a little bit. But you can see how our skies cleared out. A little more instability for another day or so with cool temperatures, and then a warm-up as we get into the upcoming weekend, and we'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Early Sunday morning, an alert citizen called to report a burglary that was taking place on Wheeler Road at Stoneway Electric in Moses Lake. Investigators have been unable to locate additional witnesses to a March 3rd shooting in downtown Riverside, in which a suspect was shot and killed by enforcement officers. And Chelan County's vacation rental operators say they stand ready to house emergency and medical personnel who need it during this COVID-19 crisis. But first, we begin tonight. A Wenatchee man charged with a violent domestic assault is in custody after police spent 3 days searching for him. Alex Mitchell Ruiz, who's 31, allegedly fled from his family's apartment last Wednesday after threatening both his former partner and their minor children with a knife. The adult victim told police Ruiz forced open her door, shut the children in a bedroom, and held her captive at knife point for up to 45 minutes while making violent threats. The woman was able to flee to a neighbor's home and call police, but Ruiz was gone when Wenatchee police arrived. They found him on Saturday and booked him into the Chelan County Jail. He faces possible charges of kidnapping, burglary, assault, and felony harassment. Well, early Sunday morning, an alert citizen called to report a burglary that was taking place on Wheeler Road at Stoneway Electric in Moses Lake. A Grant County deputy was in the area and attempted to stop the suspect vehicle on Wheeler Road. Instead, the driver of the vehicle chose to flee, shut off his lights, and turn north into a field near International Paper. The vehicle, pulling a trailer and dropping stolen wire, headed north in the dark until it inevitably hit the train tracks and was heavily damaged. Officers located the abandoned wreck a few minutes later, and K9 Rex immediately began to track from the crash site. K9 Rex tracked the suspect over a mile from the crash site out to the Cougar campground in Wheeler, leading him straight up to the address listed on the suspect vehicle's registration. When officers made contact at that residence, evidence was located that led to the arrest of 62-year-old Patrick Thomason. Thomason was booked into the Grant County Jail on charges of burglary, second degree, and malicious mischief, second degree. Well, investigators have been unable to locate additional witnesses to a March 3rd shooting in downtown Riverside in which a suspect was shot and killed by law enforcement officers. The Special Investigation Unit says without that additional information, the investigation into the shooting death of 39-year-old Ryan Eugene Bass is basically completed. Wenatchee Police Sergeant Nathan Hahn, spokesperson for the unit, said Bass was wanted on a felony warrant and was the suspect in a recent burglary in Omak when law enforcement was tipped off that he was in a vehicle near Riverside Grocery. Hahn said Okanagan County deputies Jody Barkus and Justin Malone and Omak detective Brian Bowling were approaching the vehicle when Bass came out shooting. All three returned fire and Bass was struck multiple times. Hahn earlier said video reviewed by investigators showed a man and two women in a Subaru at the store's gas pumps and a man in a Jeep SUV leaving the store at the time of the shooting, but they have been unable to locate those witnesses. In other news, Chelan County's vacation rental operators say they stand ready to house emergency and medical personnel who need it during the COVID-19 crisis. Chelan County commissioners last week asked short-term operators not to advertise their vacation homes to renters from outside the area and to reserve their vacation homes for medical staff and first responders. In a reply, the Short-Term Rental Alliance of Chelan County says it's asked the commissioners for details on how they can help, but say their properties may be a reasonable alternative to hotels once the peak of the health crisis has passed. Well, coming up next, the Forest Service announces recreational facilities in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest have been closed until at least April 8th. Emergency managers in the upper Wenatchee Valley are asking outdoor users to change their ways to make social distancing easier. And Governor Jay Inslee's office wants to reassure Central Washingtonians that there's no need for a, quote, letter of transit to move about in public during the coronavirus emergency. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. See their full line of Crown Line boats. When you want to escape from reality, make a Crown Line boat your choice of entertainment. Enjoy time with a friend in your socially distant boat. With low interest rates and lower gas prices, now's the time to buy. See Crown Line boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In other news, recreational facilities in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest have been closed until at least April 8th, according to the Forest Service. The closure includes trailheads, campgrounds, snow parks, restroom facilities, day use areas, and rentals like cabins and fire outlooks. Following the closure, Icicle Road, Forest Road 7600, was also closed with access only to people with homes on that road. The Forest Service says the closures are necessary to address social distancing guidelines established by the Centers for Disease Control and Governor Jay Inslee's stay-at-home order. The move is similar to actions taken by the state last week in closing all its campgrounds and access to its lands. Emergency managers in the upper Wenatchee Valley are asking outdoor users to change their ways to make social distancing easier. The fire districts and health providers serving western Chelan County have one unified command during the COVID-19 crisis. In a statement this weekend, they asked recreationists to avoid group activities, avoid outdoor sites where people are already congregating, give 6 feet of space to other users of local trails, and avoid risky pursuits like rock climbing, bouldering, or high mountain skiing. All these steps help limit the spread of coronavirus and reduce the need for rescues and medical treatment. Governor Jay Inslee's office wants to reassure Central Washingtonians there's no need for a, quote, letter of transit to move about in public during the coronavirus emergency, unquote. Some employers in essential industries have provided voluntary letters vouching for their employees. Salvador Salazar, the governor's liaison for Central Washington, says that's led to rumors that official letters are needed just to go about your day, especially among those whose first language is not English. Salazar sent a memo Sunday to partner agencies to squelch those rumors. Among other steps, the State Department of Health has launched a Spanish language blog to keep more residents informed during this crisis. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Owner Andrew Vickery brings years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spas, both new and used, as well as residential and commercial pool and spa services, regular maintenance and repairs, and all the chemicals required to keep your pool and spa crystal clear. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. The world public health emergency is almost every business sector changing the way they do things, including the tree fruit industry. In tonight's feature story, Washington Tree Fruit Association President John Devaney spoke with NCWLIFE about how orchardists around the state are weathering the storm.
Coronavirus, COVID-19, is really throwing a wrench into a lot of people's business plans. In terms of your industry, you represent the growers of Washington State. Can you tell us what you're hearing from growers right now? What kind of concerns they might be bringing up about coronavirus?
Well, a lot of concerns that every business and every resident in the state are having right now. First, food and agriculture are considered exempt and essential activities for remaining open and active during a lot of the stay-at-home orders and the social distancing orders that are coming out of the state, local, and national governments. I think we saw people's recognition of the importance of food when, as soon as they started to hear about the virus, their first response was to run to the grocery stores and clear the shelves. So a lot of our shippers and growers have been under pressure to keep food moving, to refill those distribution centers for our various national grocery store chains so that people can get food when they do venture out to keep their families fed by going to the store. Unfortunately, we can't fix the toilet paper situation, but we can make sure they have apples and pears and soon cherries in the stores as they go out. Our growers and packers are also concerned about the safety of their employees, because to do all of that, we need people, both to pack and pick and grow fruit. And so these shippers and growers are asking a lot of questions about what can they do to balance the desire to keep their employees safe and that responsibility with the responsibilities they have to keep food on the store shelves. And those are hard to figure out, and everyone is doing the very best that they can. And it is a different situation than we're used to dealing with government orders. I've been reminding a lot of my members who are frustrated with the lack of clarity in some cases that we're used to government orders coming down through proposed rulemakings with months of comment and then several months before an order actually takes effect, so you can figure out exactly what it is you need to do to be compliant. In this case, we're talking about a quick response where government is saying, issuing broad orders and then issuing clarifying guidance in the following days. So we are getting that advice from government, but it often comes after the initial response is ordered. What we've been focusing on is a lot of things that our growers and packers already do for food safety reasons. Enhanced hand washing, sanitizing facilities on a regular basis, making sure that if an employee has any symptoms of illness, they know that they shouldn't be reporting for work. They should be taking a sick day. And that is not only important for making sure that no contaminants are in the food supply from any source, but also that in this coronavirus outbreak, that employees are not infecting unintentionally their colleagues and coworkers.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And as always, let's take a look outside our weather window. Before we get to all your weather details, this looking up at the Quincy area. Not much to show today, just some sunshine out there and a few clouds. We had a lot of clouds earlier this morning and a little bit of rain shower activity. Didn't really amount to much, but what did amount to a lot, windy conditions all over the area. We had gusts around 30 miles an hour in the Wenatchee area at times. I know Moses Lake, you had plenty of wind as well, but temperatures really not too bad today. Below where we should see them for this time of year, though. Unofficially 53 at Pangborn Airport in East Wenatchee. 59 is our normal high now, so almost 60 degrees for our normal temperature. We started off at 40. 38 is our normal low temperature. Record high 73 set back in 2003. Record low was 28 degrees, and that was set back in 1987. Still no new precipitation, about a trace this morning, but that's about it. Sunrise 6:42. The sun will set tonight at 7:29. Let's take a peek now at how your Tuesday will shape up. It's going to be a lot like our Monday, except less wind. We'll also see just partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy tomorrow. Temperatures maybe a few degrees warmer. 58 for Moses Lake, mid-50s in Quincy and Ephrata. We'll see 54 in Wenatchee, also Cashmere, and then lower 50s from Eniat all the way through Chelan and up into the Omak area. Surface loop time, and I'll show you what we can expect over the next 7 days. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We will continue to see about a 20% chance of rain, although I think most of that will stay back into the Cascades. Still a bit breezy as well. Here's our weather driver, and it slowly slides down on Tuesday, but just scattered showers here in north central Washington for Tuesday. Most of the wet stuff will remain on the west side as that area of low pressure continues to move inland. We will stay on the cool side as well with a northwest flow, and that will bring that cooler air into north central Washington. Wednesday, still about a 20% chance for showers, partly cloudy skies and still cool. You can see our arrows here moving that air from the north right into Washington. So as long as that's going to take place, we're going to see unseasonably cool temperatures, and that will go into Thursday as well. Area of low pressure right over top of us, and look at the 40s and some low 50s right here throughout most of Montana, the Dakotas, and the Rocky Mountain states. Things though will begin to warm up a little bit by Friday. Still cool for lots of Washington and still cloudy as well, but by the time we get into the weekend, our flow of air will move more to a westerly southwesterly flow, and that'll bring us that warmer air. You can see that here moving up on Saturday. Area of low pressure will create a little bit of shower activity in the southwestern part of the state, but boy, temperatures will rebound nicely on Saturday and even more on Sunday, where we'll see mostly cloudy skies, just a slight chance for showers, but temperatures then, look at that, almost 60 degrees for most of us and even middle 60s for the folks down in the Tri-Cities. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. Tonight, 33 for an overnight low, 54 tomorrow, a bit breezy, maybe a scattered shower for Tuesday. Scattered showers in our forecast for Wednesday too, and 53 degrees. And we're going to stay a bit cool on both Thursday and Friday in the lower 50s, partly cloudy skies each day. And then we'll begin a warm up as we get into the upcoming weekend, partly cloudy on Saturday and 55, and even better than that on Sunday with mostly cloudy skies, a chance for a scattered shower, high temperatures then at 59 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with Black Rock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local Black Rock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at blackrockasphaltsealcoating.com.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Hunkering down at home, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. In sports, unfortunately, sad news to pass along. Former Washington Husky player and assistant coach and head coach Jim Lambright has passed away at the age of 77. Lambright played for the Huskies after graduating from Everett High School in 1960. He played under Coach Jim Owens until 1964, earning All-Coast honors as a defensive end his senior year. Lambright was named the defensive coordinator at Washington before the 1978 season under head coach Don James. When James retired in '93, Lambright was immediately promoted to head coach. He helped lead Washington to a Pac-10 championship in 1995. Current Husky AD Jennifer Cohen said in a statement, quote, Coach Lambright is synonymous with Husky football and gave so much to this program both as a player and coach. I'm deeply saddened by the news of Coach Lambright's passing, end quote. Lambright was 77. The family did not provide a reason for his passing. The Associated Press has named Cashmere's Haley Van Lith as its Girls Player of the Year. Van Lith was a unanimous selection on the girls' side, voting from sports writers and editors from around the state. Bound for Louisville next season as one of the most decorated players in state history, Haley capped her career with Cashmere, averaging 34 points and 10 rebounds. Mount Si's Jabe Mullins was voted the Boys AP Player of the Year. He led his team to the 4A state championship and was named the MVP of the state tournament. Baseball for Christmas. Well, it could be. Major League Baseball owners ratified a 17-page agreement with the union on Friday, with players willing to extend the season as long as possible to cover as much of a full season as possible, even if it involves neutral sites in warm weather cities and domes, even if it involves playing in empty ballparks and lots of day-night doubleheaders. It also means even if they expand the playoffs beyond 10 teams, this could mean a World Series bumping well into December. I received a call from a viewer this morning asking about the upcoming hunting seasons and how they might be impacted by the stay-home order. Well, the State Department of Fish and Wildlife just updated their closures to extend to the spring bear and youth turkey hunts so far. The youth turkey hunt scheduled for April 4th through the 5th is canceled. 6 game management units that were scheduled to open on April 1st for spring bear hunting will now be closed until further evaluation. According to the department, nearly 90% of spring bear permit holders in Northeast Washington will be traveling outside the area. Youth who were planning to hunt April 4th and 5th may use their tags in the regular spring or fall turkey season, pending further impacts. The spring turkey season is scheduled to run April 15th through May 31st. Right now, anyway. Fish and Wildlife will reassess its ability to open the impacted hunting areas as well as several other upcoming hunting seasons. They'll reassess that on April 6th. There's so much of the landscape that is closed right now, including parks, restrooms, some wildlife areas. It's really a limited scope as far as what's available right now, even if the turkey season were to open. Well, Marion and I were pretty bummed we didn't get to go camping and fishing last weekend, so we just did the best we could in our own backyard.
And Marion and I are like the rest of you. We're stuck without the ability to go and travel. We were hoping to go camping this weekend. We were hoping to go fishing this weekend. But we have found a great solution. We are camping in the backyard. As you can see the camper behind me. We're also fishing in the backyard. So let me show you what we're using here. We've got a single slow death hook right here. And we're using just a single night crawler. So we're going to thread this night crawler onto the hook here. And we're going to see if we can find something that's going to bite here. And Marion had her music going a little bit ago. It would be perfect. So we're going to thread this on the hook and put that little dude on there. And thread the worm up the slow death hook.
Oops, sorry.
This does a nice spin in the water. So there we go. Oh, there's the music. Cool. All right, so that's all it does right there. So I'm going to cast that in the water, and we're going to see what we're able to find here. Fishing In the dark. Here we go. Okay. All right, Marion. Marion's had her rod in the water for a while, and she should be about to the point where she's getting a bite.
Aren't we supposed to be in the boat?
Well, we're can't because all the launches are closed. So Marion is fishing right now.
In the dark.
In the dark. So Marion, are you feeling anything? She's got that slow death hook and a night crawler.
It's kind of doing that pouncy thing.
Okay, give it some line. No, don't reel. Give it a little line. Don't. Just.
No, I want you to do it because I don't want to lose it.
Well, you got to give it some line, honey.
Okay, here
honey,
you go.
Well, honey, is it still there? Are you still feeling the bite?
I feel that tap thing.
Okay, right. Okay, hold on. Okay, you gotta give it line.
Okay.
And then you gotta set the hook. Oh yeah. Gotta set the hook, baby.
Okay.
Set the hook. Oh yeah. Woohoo! We are eating tonight. Woo! There you go. That's how you do backyard fishing. Well, yeah, there you go. I think we're going a little stir crazy possibly here at the Grandstrom Homestead. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. My kind of fishing. Finally tonight, a feel-good story amidst all of this coronavirus chaos. With the coronavirus outbreak preventing any gatherings, Brooklyn Eberth was facing a quiet 8th birthday on Friday, but her family and friends would have none of that, so a safe distance parade was quickly organized outside her Wenatchee home on Friday, giving a beaming Brooklyn what she called the best birthday ever. Take a look. Happy birthday to Brooklyn. And if you have a video of the day you'd like to see on the NCWLIFE Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We invite you to start your Tuesday, the last day of March, tomorrow morning live at 7 a.m. right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I will have your latest news headlines and all important weather forecast, plus the latest in sports, whatever sports we can cobble together, and an interesting interview. You don't want to miss that as well. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live and local, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look forward to seeing you. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a safe and great night.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it on the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.